Hey there, it's Linda from All-in-One Middle School. I just wanted to take a moment and introduce myself to you. Like I said, I'm Linda. I have a store in TPT called All-in-One Middle School. I have a blog, I have a podcast, I have a YouTube channel, all the things. I was a teacher for 34 years. I taught both language arts and social studies at the middle school level. I love making history lessons interactive and teaching them like a story. The lesson that you're about to view is available in my TPT store. If you purchase it, you'll be able to do all of the activities right within the slideshow, and I'll be sure to link that in the video description. If you choose not to purchase it, that's okay. You can do the activities in a notebook. Just pause the video as needed and work at your own pace. I hope you find this helpful. Let's get started. This lesson is on the very first Americans, and the question that we're going to focus on as we go along is what makes cultures unique. Okay, we'll be talking about cultures and we'll be talking about how they are unique, how they're one of a kind, what separates one culture from another. As a do now activity in my slideshow, I would love for you to create a graffiti wall of words that are associated with Native Americans. You can do this on paper, you can make it decorative, you can just add anything that comes to mind when you're creating it. I did two for you. Of course, I put the word Native Americans in here, and I put the word fishing in here. If you'd like to pause the video and do that, go ahead, and I'll be here when you're done. We have some vocabulary that we'll be going over in the lesson. We'll be explaining each of these words as we go through, and the definition will be contained within the slideshow. If you would like to complete a vocabulary lesson, put the definitions into your own words and create a picture or symbol to represent what it means. Don't make a big, elaborate picture. Just make a symbol to represent it. Okay? We're going to be using something called I say statements if you do have the slideshow, or you can write them in your notebook. When you're doing an I say statement, you're reflecting on the material, and I've tried to make it simple for you by giving you a bunch of sentence starters, okay? A couple of things, you're going to be doing them for every few slides, not for every slide. You don't want to write statements that are completely answered right within the slide. So, for example, you don't want to say, I wonder what an archaeologist does, because I have that for you right in the slide. Remember to always use proper capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. Okay? So let's talk about the first Americans. Written history of America is several hundred years old, yet humans have been living on the continent for thousands of years. So where did they come from and how did they settle? Scientists called archaeologists, which are those who study ancient peoples, I have your vocab highlighted here, still collect evidence to answer these questions. They use artifacts, which are objects left behind by early peoples. If you have the slideshow, I do have places for you to add images, and I'll give you directions for those. If you don't have the slideshow, it's no problem. You can skip it, or you can still do that and put it into a notebook. Here's the theory. First humans came to the Americas more than 20,000 years ago and traveled across a strip of land that once linked Asia and the Americas. The Ice Age began 100,000 years ago and ended 12,000 years ago. During this time, much of the Earth's water formed huge glaciers, which are sheets of ice, which made the ocean levels lower, which exposed a strip of land now known as Beringia. Nomads, which are people who travel in search of food, moved here. They had to survive, so some hunted and some planted. After the Ice Age, glaciers melt, and Beringia is now underwater. It's under the current day Bering Strait. So you can search for your image of Beringia and write your 3 facts here. So what I'd like you to do is pause and create an I say statement for slides 5 to 7. You're just going to use one of these sentence starters. I wonder how long it took for the glaciers to form would be an example. So go ahead and do that, either in your slideshow or in your notebook. Okay, then cultures develop. As farming developed, these people settled and became less nomadic. Cultures began to develop over time because they had time to develop their cultures, which are their shared values, beliefs, traditions, and behaviors. So what I would like you to do is play the video, and as video is playing, you're going to list the categories that are included. And the first one is done for you. They're going to talk about beliefs. If you don't have the slideshow, I will link the video for you in the video description. Let's go over the cultures of North America. These are the ones in the northern portion of North America. This is a lot of information that I've tried to condense just so you can have a global view of some of these cultures. So again, we're talking about the northern part of North America. The Inuit tribe lived near the Arctic Ocean. This is the present day area. They were known for their igloos, kayaks, hunting, and fishing. This next batch of tribes, the Tlingit, the Haida, and the Chinook, were located in present-day Canada, South Alaska, Washington, and Oregon. They're known for depending on forests and fishing. They built wood houses and canoes. The Nez Perce and the Yakima were located in the plateau region between the Cascade and Rocky Mountains, and they were known for their earthen houses, and they fished and hunted. The Pomo were located in present-day California, and they were known for their fishing and gathering. The Ute and the Shoshone were located between Sierra Nevada and the Rocky Mountains, that Great Basin region. They are known for living in an area with hard, rocky soil, so they had to hunt and gather with no farming. So now you're going to pause and write your I say statement here, remembering that you can use those sentence starters that I gave you. Okay, we're still in the cultures of North America, but we're talking about that Southwest and Plains region. So in the Southwest, the Hopi, the Acoma, and the Zuni were located in present-day Arizona and New Mexico. They were known for their farming, especially maize, adobe homes, which were made from mud bricks, and irrigation systems. The Apache and Navajo were located in present-day Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. They were known for being hunters and gatherers, and their homes were called hogans. In the Plains region, the Sioux, the Cheyenne, the Comanche, and Blackfoot were located in the present-day Great Plains region. They're known for being nomadic. They dragged their teepees with them, and buffalo were extremely important. You're going to pause now and write an I say statement for slide 12. We're still in North America, and we're going to talk about the eastern and southeast regions. So in the eastern region, the Algonquin, the Cherokee, and the Iroquois were located in present-day eastern woodlands. They were known for their federations, which is a formal government. The Iroquois groups were once at war and established something called the Great Peace Alliance. They agreed to the Great Binding Law, which was an oral constitution, and women were part of their government. In the southeast, some of the tribes were the Creek, the Cherokee, and the Chickasaw, and they were located in the present-day woodland area. They were known for farming being essential to them and the warm climate where they lived. I have a note at the bottom here, and it says that the arrival of Europeans would forever change the lives of Native Americans. And that's something really important to reflect upon. You'll want to do an I say statement for slide 14. And as a closure activity, we're going to go back to that idea of culture. So culture is defined as shared value, belief, traditions, and behaviors. What is your personal culture? Look at the example and fill in two of your own. Write in complete sentences, please. So I listed the components of culture here for you: beliefs, what you learn, food, clothes, traditions, and music. And I want you to make it really specific for you. Okay. So I wrote for my beliefs, I believe all kids should get an education, and all kids. Okay. Something that I would like to learn. Right now, I'm learning how to cook pad thai. And even though that's considered an Asian food, it's something that I enjoy, and it's something that I want to learn, and it's part of my personal culture. For food, my family usually eats Italian food on Sundays. That's part of my personal culture. Clothes, I love wearing maxi dresses. For traditions, we have a tradition to go out to eat every Wednesday because it provides me with a nice midweek break. And for music, I love all things Broadway. So you're going to fill it in for you. You're going to fill in two different ideas for each and make it as personal as you can. So I hope this lesson was helpful. This year, I'll be posting all of my early U.S. history lessons from Native Americans, exploration, colonization, the Revolutionary War, the Constitution, and all the way through the Jackson era. So be sure to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any. Don't forget to check out this lesson in my TPT store if you'd like to grab the student slideshow. I also offer full units as well as a membership, which you'll get all of your lesson plans, slideshows, activities, assessments, and more. I'll link them in the video description as well. If you have any questions, please be sure to reach out to me at linda@allinonemiddleschool.com. Thanks for watching.